the whole Pistons fans versus Rockets fan thing. Like, it's another dynamic in that now.
I love that, RJ, because you just came up with a topic on the spot: Pistons versus Rockets. I love that. So Rockets got Ime Udoka. He was a guy I was a big fan of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is that where you were going with? Like, why would Rockets fans even be upset by this? I don't. Is that where you were going with it? I'm kind of
I mean,
confused.
yeah, because the two fan bases have had chatter in the past like 2 years or whatnot, ever since the Cade and Green draft class. So both rebuilding teams, both teams that haven't had much to cheer about probably since those guys got drafted. And then just on top of that, we know the Twitter beef between the two fan bases. So it's like, do the Pistons get a last laugh because it's like, haha, we took your head coach? Like, I don't know how this works. Or is it just this the end of the beef? Like, I really don't know what happens now with that whole beef thing, but who knows?
I don't think the beef is gonna go away because as long as Jalen Green and Cade Cunningham are on their respective teams, I think that's where the beef comes from. Is those two
Yes, sir.
guys and them getting compared. Let's do this little experiment. Rockets versus Pistons. Who has the brighter future? Whose young core do you like better? I know we're gonna be a little biased, but try to take your bias out of it. Realistically, who do you think has the brighter future, the Pistons or the Rockets?
Um, on paper, it looks like the Rockets. I'll be honest. It does. It looks like the Rockets. I mean, KPJ is out there. Jalen Green, he could drop 20 a game. We've seen him do that. Jabari didn't have the best rookie season, but the potential is still there. And then the big guy they have,
Alphon
Sengun.
Sagoon. Yeah, Sagoon.
Yeah. So they got him. He's nice. So they got some nice pieces, but I feel like by them being in the West, I feel like the Western Conference is just a little more difficult than the East. So with that being said, the Pistons might have the edge because they have a nice future too. It's just I feel like the Rockets have a nice one on paper or a nicer one on paper, but the Pistons might end up being the one that have the better future when it's all said and done.
Yeah, I think when you look on paper, the Rockets also have a lot of first round picks coming in, but also first round picks coming out with all the
Mhm.
trades that they've made. They traded for Westbrook, they traded for Chris Paul, but then they ended up trading James Harden. They've
Mhm.
made a lot of moves. They traded Clint Capella. So it just a lot of moves and a lot of first round picks coming in and out. We really don't know when they're going to have their first round pick. I think there's some swaps involved with that too. But yeah, and with this fourth overall pick, I think I lean towards the Pistons because other than Jalen Green, I don't see anyone on the Rockets other than him that's capable of being like a bona fide all-star. I think, Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham. Cade has all NBA potential. Jaden Ivey has all-star potential. Other than Jalen Green, I don't really see that out of Jabari Smith. I don't really see that out of Sangoon. And I don't really know if they're going to get that with the number 4 pick. So I think I would lean Pistons too. Obviously, both teams have a lot of cap space. But yeah, I think the first round picks, it's really how much you put much emphasis into that because the Pistons will have their first round picks for the next couple of years, but they also don't have any extra picks coming in as well. But yeah, I think like you said about the beef is going to be there as long as Cade Cunningham and Jalen Green are on those teams. But at the end of the day, I think Cade Cunningham is just another level above Jalen Green. I don't know about
I
you, but I
agree.
just think there's levels to this. Jalen Green's a nice player, but I think Cade is a number 1 on a title team. I don't think Jalen Green necessarily is that.